a question that's weighing heavy on the minds of parents and on teachers and school staff as well. With increased COVID-19 numbers, what will school look like this fall? The Wayzata School Board meeting was a packed house this week, full of the public weighing in on whether students have to wear a mask in schools. Superintendent Chase Anderson says this year will be the year of mitigation strategies, and the goals are to ensure the health and well-being of kids and staff and keeping kids in school every day throughout the school year. The people who spoke at Monday's meeting were divided on masks and passionate about their stance. Here's some of what they had to say.
Because of how masks protect others from getting sick, I would feel unsafe in a high school of 4,000 people if some of my classmates were unmasked.
I am not here demanding a one-size-fits-all answer. I am here simply asking for our basic human rights to choose what's best for our children.
I feel we should mandate masks because my mother is an ICU nurse, and I have seen her have breakdowns about this at home. And it isn't fun to experience.
I am generalizing here, but if you happen to be a child in a red state, you get to go to school. If you live in a blue state, you get to sit at the dining room table. And the kids in America have no say in how this plays out.
I implore you, it should be an option. It should be a parent and child's option if they want to or don't want to. It should not be forced upon them.
Together, we launched a petition in favor of universal masking. And we did this only 9 days ago. What I have here is the results of that petition, over 1,000 signatures in favor of universal masking.
The superintendent says the school board will determine a date for a special board meeting the week of August 16th or no later than August 23rd. In Brooklyn Center, the city declared a health emergency due to the fast-spreading Delta variant. The council also voted to require masks in city buildings as well as schools in the city, though there's a question on whether the city has the authority to issue a mask mandate for schools. Several districts have schools in Brooklyn Center, including the Anoka-Hennepin, Osseo, and Brooklyn Center school districts. As we learned from the leader of Robbinsdale area schools, they too hope to make a decision on a pandemic plan in the next few days. That's one of the topics I spoke about with new Superintendent David Engstrom for Newsmakers. So let's begin with everybody's wondering what school will look like this fall with the Delta variant causing increased concerns. What are you guys working on?
We're really working on our plan right now. And when I say we're working on our plan is that we've got a team of people that is looking at all of the guidance that is coming to us from the federal and state levels, and then looking also at our local data. And then from looking at all of that information that's coming our way in this really fluid situation that we've experienced over the last 18 months, we're going to be making our decision coming up next week. And so all of our community can expect that they'll be hearing from us Monday or Tuesday of next week, when we will be announcing what our plan is going to be for addressing the pandemic here.
And that'll include whether or not masks are a part of that plan, or social distancing, all of it.
All of those things that everybody is worried about, wondering about, and you know what? We're listening to the community too. I'm getting emails from people that are just kind of sharing what their opinion is on this, and then even where we start at the beginning of the year, we're just going to keep looking at the data and the guidance, and then it may change as we see, how the infection rate is going in our community.
You're new to the job. What have you been working on?
Everything. All right, and where to start? I have found as a new superintendent at the Robbinsdale area schools is really meeting people. And so the fact that I've been able to meet just lots of my staff, that we've had programming going on all summer, it's really me just being exposed to what we're doing, what our plan currently is, and as I'm listening to people to kind of determine what are the next steps that we need to take as a district as we're serving our students.
Superintendent David Engstrom has another interesting way that he's getting to know the district. He's getting on his bike. Here's Neil Pursley.
So I have my high tech, and then I have my low tech.
David Engstrom is an avid cyclist.
This is where my roots are.
He's also glad to be back in his home state.
I lived in Colorado, calling myself a misplaced Minnesotan who lives in Colorado.
Now he's taking on the job of superintendent of Robbinsdale School District.
There hasn't been a day that I've gotten on a bike that it didn't bring that same joy to me than when I was a kid and got on a bike.
And what better way to get to know the district where the kids live than to cycle it?
I thought, what a great way to be able to get out and see all of the 7 communities that the Robbinsdale Area School District serves.
So using what spare time a superintendent of a school district has, Engstrom sets out.
And if you see any homes for sale, let me know.
Street after street,
It leads to a lot of redundancy
road after road.
because there's some ways you just have to double back in order to keep going on the streets. Grids are kind of nice.
Engstrom loves the energetic pace.
When you're on a bicycle and you're biking on all of the streets and taking a whole area around one of our elementary schools and bicycling all of them, you get to see people as they're living in their yards. You get to see the homes that they live in. You get to see all of the diversity that exists in our district.
So far, he's gone out on 6 rides and done about 80 miles.
I'm making sure it's every single street. I bike in front of every single house.
He figures he has about 30 more rides like that to cover the district.
And that would mean it'd be about 450 miles is what I'm estimating would be all the streets in the school district.
So if you're excited about coming back to school this fall in the Robbinsdale district, there's a really good chance Superintendent Engstrom will have already been by your home.
Yeah, I know where you live.
In Robbinsdale, Neil Persley, CCX News.